Merrill Memo with Matthew Dickerson from Dubbo Regional Council.
93.5 Triple M, it is Jody Matho for breakfast. First time in 2024, joined by the Mayor of Dubbo, Matthew Dickerson. Good morning, Mayor. Welcome to the show.
Well, look, I've got a really deep philosophical question. I want to say Happy New Year to you and Jody, but how long throughout the year can you get away with saying Happy New Year? I'm always confused by that.
Well,
See, I think you can say it if it's the first time you've seen someone that year.
So if I ran into someone in November this year for the first time, I can say Happy New Year and Merry Christmas at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
You've got to clear it up, though. You've got to say, that's Jody rules. And you go,
Oh, I get it.
maybe the cut-off could be Australia Day, which was a big event for yourself, Mr. Mayor. Got a lot of things to do.
Yeah, it was actually a great fun event. Two events, actually. We had the Wellington event as a twilight event last Thursday night, 6:30pm we ran that. And then we probably had 250 people there at that event in Wellington. And then Dubbo we held at 8am on Friday morning trying to beat the heat, but I think we would have had to do it at about 3am to beat the heat. It was still fairly warm at 8am, but a good crowd turned up. Probably not quite 500, but pretty close to 500, I would say we were there.
Yeah.
We had two great ambassadors. We had Reece Muldoon in Wellington and we had Sam Cawthorn in Dubbo. And, of course, one of the things that's really exciting is we get to hand out lots of awards, Australia Day awards, for people that have been doing some great work in our community, people that are doing great work on the sporting fields. It's a real buzz. Obviously, they're excited about it. Their family's there. They're excited. It just creates a real buzz. And then, of course, the icing on top of all of that was the citizenship ceremony. 18 people became new Aussies. And what a great day to do it. What a memorable day to do it when you get to do that on Australia Day.
I think it's ironic that they get people to become Australian citizens the hottest part of the year, just to sort of rub it in. So welcome to Australia. Hopefully that seatbelt doesn't burn you.
And they're all dressed up, of course. They've got lots of clothes on, so they're not there in T-shirt and shorts, which probably would be appropriate to be there in T-shirt and shorts, becoming an Aussie and thongs.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
But they get nicely dressed up. And look, it is a real buzz because they're so excited to be there, and the crowd is really excited for them to be joining us in this great nation. So, yeah, look, it's a really nice day.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, tell us about this massive wind farm.
Well, there's a number of wind farms that are going up around the area. We're, of course, in the Central West Orana Renewable Energy Zone. There are 37 projects either underway, under construction, in planning, etc., around the Renewable Energy Zone area. One of those is the Kerrs Creek Wind Farm. Now, many people don't even realise that Kerrs Creek is in the Dubbo Regional Council LGA. It's about 100 kilometres from Dubbo towards Orange. Most people around Kerrs Creek and Eukarina would probably do their shopping or would see their central point of influence as being Orange rather than Dubbo, but it's after the amalgamation in the Dubbo Regional Council LGA. Last night we actually had a meeting at the Eukarina Soldiers Memorial Hall. We had probably 60, maybe even 70 people turn up to that. The company doing that is called RES, R-E-S, not to be confused with RES, the Renewable Energy Zone, R-E-Z. Someone needs to do something about the naming there. But RES came along and gave a presentation to the people there about the Kerrs Creek Wind Farm, just to get an idea about where it will sit and how it will operate. And, of course, the Community Benefits Fund is one thing that people are always interested in to see what benefits the community can gain out of that. So it was good. It actually went for, I didn't get home till almost 10 o'clock, so it must have gone for about 2.5 hours there. Lots of discussion around a whole range of things, and good to see the Eukarina community very engaged and very focused on outcomes.
Yeah, it is good to be focused in a small community like that because those things affect.
Yeah, it matters, absolutely.
Having windmills there. Now, something else out for a small community, Alkane is looking for gold in their hills.
They are. And they've actually found a bit of gold. This goes back to, well, probably 150, maybe almost 200 years ago when gold around the Wellington area was a big thing, especially around the Stuart Town area. A lot of people were mining for gold. So we know there has been gold in those areas. And, of course, there have been various mines over the years, but nothing really active for a long time. I want to say almost 100 years since there's been any really active gold mining. And a couple of things happen with mines over many decades. One is that the price for various materials that you dig up changes. So we see out at Cobar, for example, sometimes mines will shut down, mines will open back up, depending on the price of various products there. So gold price is strong at the moment. But the second thing that's happened over the years is that it's been much easier or better technology to extract more gold out of a piece of dirt. So Alkane knows there's some gold around the Kumabella Badengra area. They've actually started now, over the next 2 months, if you're out around that area, you'd probably see some companies out there or a company doing some core sampling. So they know there's gold. They want to find out exactly how much gold. And by doing core sampling, their geologists can look at that then and say, yes, we see a little bit of gold here and it's at that depth over there. And they put all that together and then they'll make a decision as to whether or not they actually start mining for gold out there. If they do, it'll be good for our area. There'll be more employment, obviously, more income for our area. And again, gold mining, I think with Alkane, we've seen in the past that they are good, responsible corporate citizens. So I think that'll be fantastic for the area. So keep an eye out for some of that core drilling out there.
I found a bit of gold out of Wellington because that's where my wife's born.
Oh, please.
Yeah, I got in trouble this weekend. So
Goodness
yeah.
me.
Well, thank you so much, Mayor of Dubbo, Matthew Dickinson, for joining us today. We'll catch up in a couple of weeks. You have a wonderful time being there.
Always my pleasure, Jody Matho. Thank you.
Merrill Memo with Matthew Dickinson from Dubbo Regional Council.